Yeah, that's ridiculous.
So it's not something you see every day.
In a frozen cove.
It's different, that's for sure.
Hidden by Big Island.
Yeah, that's amazing.
There was no way to miss this.
Pretty hard not to notice a big dump truck in the lake when you drive by.
I've seen a lot of things happen here, living here all my life.
Never this, though.
Not a dump truck.
Yeah, a big old dump truck.
Yeah.
Dick Kiernan was hauling thousands of pounds of dirt in a 13-ton dump truck when he heard the ice begin to crack.
Something didn't sound right, and I knew something was going on. All of a sudden, she fell through.
As the Sunram construction team strategized,
we're going to lift the back end up with two excavators and then pull it forward. That's what we're trying.
Most onlookers were skeptical.
It's going to be interesting, I think.
We're just debating here.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to get it out, I guess, to be honest.
With chains hooked to a couple of backhoes and forklifts on hand to provide leverage, the initial attempt to pull the truck out of the icy water failed.
Well, I hope they get it out. You know, it'd be a shame to see the front end go down.
More game planning, more chains and cables, and a bit more torque. An island tree providing support, and the truck was yanked onto the ice. A blast of the horn to celebrate.
Maybe you should have put it through in the first place. You wouldn't have to be honking so long.
Yeah. It's one of the things you never know until it pops out.
For Dick Kiernan,
Get to go home now, man. Clean her up and roll home.
a big sense of relief.
Yep, mission accomplished.
The truck is out, man.
As for returning to this ice to complete the shoreline restoration project, well, he's
sure.
not so sure.
Get nervous walking across it now.
Usually there's always one big incident a year out on Tonka. Hopefully this is it.
U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace.
Stepping out onto Hennepin Avenue during rush hour.
Bring the war home! Bring the war home!
This group of anti-war protesters was determined to have their voices heard.
We really think Obama's let us down, and we think it's just common madness is normal when it comes to politics.
I want to speak to you tonight about our effort in Afghanistan.
Fueled by President Obama's announcement Tuesday night that he plans to send 30,000 more troops to Afghanistan.
What do we want? Troops out! And when do we want it? Now!
A couple hundred anti-war protesters from across the Twin Cities stopped traffic and turned rush hour into an anti-war parade.
None of this makes sense. I don't think the Americans were told the truth last night about the actual. It's complex, and maybe that's the reason he wanted to simplify it, but it was not the truth last night of why we are escalating in Afghanistan.
The people of Afghanistan are under attack! What do we do? Stand up, fight back!
After zigzagging from Loring Park to downtown, a group within the group sat down in protest in the middle of South 10th Street and 3rd Avenue.
I'm trying to get them to move. I want to march more so they can hear us more. If we get arrested, it's done for the night.
I hereby declare this to be an unlawful assembly. I order all of those assembled to immediately disperse. If you do not do so, you may be arrested.
Back up. Back up, please.
Instruction at 10th and 3rd. You are under arrest. Sit down and put your hands on your head.
11 protesters were arrested, but overall, others believe they made their point.
Seems like it's escalation in the wrong way, that we should bring our troops home.
U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace. U.S. out of the Middle East, no justice, no peace.
You'd never think about how many steps.
Man, that's too much.
Exist at the U of M.
We want a snowblower. This stuff's heavy.
Until you see the army of maintenance workers who come out to clear them. That woman had spent an hour and 15 minutes to get half done at Northrop. Then there's the crews who must clear 40 miles of sidewalks and 6 miles of bike paths and would work into the night on an otherwise quiet campus.
Yeah, I saw an email that they canceled the evening classes.
But sidewalks and steps are not why the U canceled all classes from 5 o'clock on.
Back end, if you will, of the snow system moves from west to east.
It was to keep staff, faculty, and students off the roads.
You get to drive home somewhere after this?
Yeah, no, I'll take the bus home.
Okay, well, that's probably a better idea tonight.
when I try to go forward, the back end just slid on in there.
But even buses suffered. One was a double articulated bus that had stopped in front of Kaufman Union.
Hi, sweetie. My bus is stuck in the snow pile.
And just could not make it up the ice on Washington.
Back at it again.
No matter what, they tried.
Yeah, we lost the shovel.
The crew who came to help said they'd been going from one stuck bus to another.
I haven't seen this before. What?
They said they've got dozens of these today.
Oh, yeah, it's a wet snow.
We were stuck when I got here, and it's not going to be stuck when I leave here.
Those left waiting, one who you would think was getting a bit chilled.
I'm really warm-blooded, so I've been wearing shorts all winter, and I'm getting weird looks all the time.
All had patience.
I don't know when I'll be home.
Knowing there's certain forces of nature
We can't even rock it.
you just have to live with.
Well, there's nothing you can do about gravity,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. That's what happened. Gravity caught me.
After arriving in Green Bay,
Go Pack Go!
you quickly realize the frozen tundra is nothing compared to the warmth of the welcome.
I am booing, you bet.
But hanging over Lambeau, along with so much history,
I think Favre is going to be a mix, booze and cheers.
is the welcoming back
I'd be silent on that one.
of living history.
When Brett comes out of the tunnel, it's going to be insane.
For Viking fans, it's an easy one. They've suffered through some ugly times, more than a few thanks to Favre himself.
That's tough right now.
But now the Hall of Famer is on their side.
They're gonna win big.
Along with confidence.
Go Vikes.
It's very difficult.
But for the Packer faithful, it's a little more complicated. Some want the best of both worlds.
I want Brett to have a good day,
1, 2.
but I want the Packers to win.
I dislike it.
Others, like spurned lovers,
Thumbs down.
want revenge.
And I love the guy, he's an icon, but once he gets under center, I hope we don't want to break nothing, we just want to give a contusion.
Can I get a runner, please? Runner to the line, please.
At the Titletown Brewery, they've turned Favre's past indecisiveness into a marketing opportunity. First, debuting Saturday.
Brett's waffle. Waffle. Because, you know, just a little bit of waffling with that guy.
Then there's the Favre waffle fries.
Does he want to retire or doesn't he want to retire? Is he going to play or is he not going to play? So can you want waffle fries or do you not want waffle fries?
Green or purple dipping sauce, your call.
Oh, absolutely. I'm rooting for the Packers tomorrow.
Back at football's holy cathedral, Scott and Becky Prosen celebrate their wedding day in Pack heaven. But like the Viking fan trying to mess up their photo,
Oh, come on. Can I just get in the picture?
the #1 Viking is messing up their weekend.
If Brett ever sees this, thank you for screwing up so much stuff.
Because of Favre's return, hotel rates and space have become big hassles, along with the change to a later kickoff time.
All right, smooch, cheesehead.
They welcome loved ones to share this special occasion.
Go Packers.
But not the one they used to love so much.
We'd rather see Brett Favre not win, that is definitely for sure.
In Green Bay, Wisconsin, Jeff Goldberg, Fox 9 News.